2012 exploded with pop culture chaos. From Korean dance crazes breaking the internet, to superheroes smashing box office records, while music legends fell and new ones rose. These 16 moments changed entertainment forever.
South Korean rapper Psy is making a huge comeback with this new single. Take a listen.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.
It's called Gangnam Style. The single is already at the top of the Billboard K-pop Hot 100 chart, and the music video has gotten more than 10 million views on YouTube. Well, the video is getting a lot of praise on Twitter, particularly from other big music celebrities like Robbie Williams and rapper T-Pain. So let's go now to Shannon Cook in New York. It is really getting a lot of reaction in the U.S., isn't it, Shannon?
No one here in the U.S. has any idea what Psy is rapping about in this song. However, I am surrounded by very intelligent people who translated it for me, so I know what it's all about. It's called Gangnam Style. Gangnam is a very affluent part of Seoul in South Korea, and Psy is basically singing his praise for the women of this area because even though they're prim and proper during the day, they are really wild and crazy at night, and what guy doesn't like girls like that?
But while one Korean artist was breaking the internet, these heroes were breaking every box office record.
War has started. And we are hopelessly outgunned.
Director Fury, I think it's time.
Smashing the records. The Avengers raked in more than $200 million in the US over its opening weekend. That's more than the previous best, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Known as the Avengers Assemble in the UK, the movie has proved loads of superheroes are better than one. It's taken nearly $650 million worldwide.
Superheroes could save the world on screen, but they couldn't prevent the real-world tragedy that shocked music lovers.
One of the world's legendary voices silenced. Whitney Houston dead at 48. Police don't have a cause of death yet. However, Houston's life was troubled for years, as I mentioned. ABC's Diana Alviar has a look back.
From the moment the world heard her sing, Whitney Houston was a star. Her soaring voice sent song after song to the top of the charts, recording 11 #1 singles in the U.S. and selling 120 million albums worldwide. The daughter of gospel singer Cissy Houston, she honed that voice as a child, singing in church. In her teens, she modeled and sang backup for others until music mogul Clive Davis heard Houston perform. Her 1985 debut album, Whitney Houston, featured several hit songs, including which won the Grammy for Best Female Pop Vocal, the first of her 6 Grammys. Still, the news of Houston's death at just 48 years old stunned the world. A beloved music idol whose voice brought joy to so many.
As the music world mourned one icon, a new generation was creating their own frenzy with these 5 British boys.
For those uninitiated, those who don't know, tell us, what's all the fuss about?
Let me tell you guys, this is one of those stories as a journalist that you will not forget in a hurry. I have seen tears, tantrums, meltdowns, all from teenage girls, and they are absolutely besotted by what they call One Direction. Of course, they're a British boy band. They rose to fame on the X Factor about 6 months ago, and every Australian teenage girl seems to know exactly who they are.
Hysteria didn't even come close. It was like these girls were possessed. Hundreds of banner-brandishing, denim-clad, hair-sprayed and lip-glossed young ladies packed Sydney International Airport for a chance to meet One Direction.
They're just amazing, and they're really hot, and they're really good singers. They're so lovable and cute and good-looking and everything, and amazing singers.
But the boy band left through a back door, and from the security of their convoy, tweeted an apology to fans.
This whole week will be dedicated to stalking One Direction.
And they weren't kidding. At the band's hotel, you had to see it to believe it. From lofty heights, the singers took a look at the harbour view, and the girls took a look at them. 19-year-old Zayn Malik snapped shirtless inside his hotel room.
While fans screamed for clean-cut pop stars, television audiences were cheering for a very different kind of anti-hero.
We're done when I say we're done. Say my name.
People have been saying his name a lot lately.
Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad.
Who would have predicted so much attention on a show about TV's scariest high school chemistry teacher who makes meth to pay for his cancer treatment?
What is it with you guys?
Good question. 13 Emmy nominations this year, critical acclaim, record ratings. It's a good time to be bad.
Breaking Bad is really hot, and so people who maybe hadn't watched it are watching it now.
Are they ever? Almost 6 million people watched the mid-season premiere, a record for AMC, and they're not just watching, they're tweeting and blogging and breaking down Breaking Bad.
You go online and it's like a deconstruction that used to be reserved for Shakespeare, for honors papers on Shakespeare.
And you can find plenty of that devotion here on YouTube. A quick search for Breaking Bad fan videos yields almost 400,000 results.
And just when you thought Hollywood drama couldn't get bigger, this power couple's split proved everyone wrong.
The giant headline out of California tonight, a dramatic Hollywood ending for Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, the couple who shot onto the scene with that infamous jump on Oprah's couch, calling it quits. The object of fascination, and now word that Cruise may have been blindsided by the news. Here's ABC's David Wright.
It was a marriage made for the tabloids, beginning with that lover's leap on Oprah Winfrey's couch.
You ever felt this way before? I'm in love.
With that, a new Hollywood brand name was born, Tomcat, a paparazzi sensation that lasted barely 5 years. Katie Holmes filed for divorce yesterday, asking for sole custody of their 6-year-old daughter, Suri. Sources close to Cruise tell ABC News this all came as a complete surprise to him. He hasn't even hired a divorce lawyer yet.
There's no question in my mind that sole custody request is a bombshell.
For Cruise, this marriage was Mission Impossible 3. His previous 2 marriages, to Mimi Rogers and Nicole Kidman, also ended in divorce.
But while real heroes fell, fictional ones were rising from the shadows for one final battle.
Manhattan morphing into Gotham City last night at the black carpet premiere of The Dark Knight Rises. And Anne Hathaway hanging up the leather Catwoman suit, instead opting for this flowing white dress.
There's a storm coming.
You sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm adaptable.
What are you? I'm Gotham's Reckoning.
I have to say, the one day I was on set with the Batman costumes, Christian Bale inside Batman, I was totally impressed. I couldn't even go to him and say hello, whereas usually, he's very approachable. He's an amazing guy. But that day, he was Batman. He was not Christian Bale anymore.
And a new hero was emerging who would change young adult fiction forever.
$15 million in ticket sales happened before it even opened.
Right now at 10, movie mania is hitting the country. This time it's this movie, The Hunger Games, that has people flocking to theaters.
And they've been here since 1 o'clock this afternoon, waiting, trying to get the best seats in the house for the midnight showing on the giant screen, which, by the way, is totally sold out. And there was a showing, a preview that finished around 9:30, and those people, they gave me some rave reviews about this movie.
The protagonist is a girl, and we go to an all-girls school, and so it's nice to see a really strong female character.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
A lot of excitement about this movie. Now, some parents are saying it's too violent for young children, but it's on track right now to outsell Twilight and possibly even Harry Potter.
I volunteer as tribute.
Happy Hunger Games.
This is the time to show them everything. There'll be a bow. Make sure you use it.
Peter, you make sure to show your strength. And we're ready. 3, 2, 1.
While teens fought for survival on screen, their moms were discovering a very different kind of adventure.
Being dubbed as mummy porn, and it's so popular, one novel has just claimed top spot on the New York Times bestseller list.
I think 50 Shades of Grey has become an obsession. So it's like Justin Bieber, you get the fever and then you can't get rid of it.
It may be a fever, but for this crowd, it looked more like a 50 Shades epidemic. Hundreds of women and a few supportive husbands waited outside Books Inc. on Van Ness in San Francisco for several hours to get just a few moments with the woman behind the trilogy that has fans everywhere going gaga for Grey.
Everyone's looking for a Christian Grey.
Laura and the 50 Shades of Grey Club from Antioch came to thank E.L. James for putting the spark back in their marriages.
Yeah, he just shook his head and said, "Oh, honey, I'll be waiting for you when you get back."
David didn't seem to mind keeping his wife company outside or her obsession with the series.
It's improved our life.
Quincy is a mom of 2 and she's read all 3 books cover to cover twice.
It's a wonderful story and it's great to take a break from reality.
But for true fantasy fans, this epic tale was rewriting the rules of television forever.
And how's it been coming back for season 2? It was great. It was great. There was a sense of relief and pride that it went so well.
Early on, we knew we would have to have some establishing shots to explain where things were in the battle, because it's at night and it's difficult to get an orientation of where things are happening. So we created a pre-visualization of the battle actually early on before we went out to shoot it.
I play a wildling called Egret, and she lives north of the wall. And during season 2, I encounter Jon Snow, and through that develops, I suppose what people who've read the books would know, but it kind of develops into a tempestuous relationship.
We could sort of see it as it would look eventually on screen in a very primitive form and decide if that was working. The preview was very helpful. We have an insanely good VFX department this season, and they outdid themselves with this episode.
Anyone can be killed.
While dragons burned armies, one woman was setting the music world on fire with her record-breaking voice.
The tributes to Whitney Houston became a big part of the Grammys, and the night also belonged to British singer Adele. And this morning, she is vowing that she's done with breakup music.
It's hard to believe because, thanks to her songs about breakups and heartache, she's waking up a multi-Grammy winner today.
No surprise, rolling in the deep, Adele!
Adele was the big winner at last night's Grammys. She took home 6 awards, including Record and Song of the Year for Rolling in the Deep. 21 was also 2011's best-selling album.
I want to say thank you to every radio programmer and broadcaster that has been playing Rolling in the Deep, because it's because of you that it seemed to just cross over and people just seem to really, really enjoy it so much, because I know it's...
Can you believe she's only 23? 23,
so mature.
And already vowing never to write a breakup record again. Wow. In a recent interview, Adele says she is, quote, done with being a bitter witch.
But you didn't need award-winning vocals to dominate the airwaves that summer.
Swift's new album, Red, was crafted with platinum precision. From the buzz-building announcement,
You like it?
to the international pre-tour, crescendoing to a launch week frenzy. Each note orchestrated to help Red break records.
Is this a really nerve-wracking time for you?
Almost every time for me is a nerve-wracking time for me, because I will find the pressure in every situation and think about it. And my life has become sort of a constant balancing act between, like hope and fear, and like faith and worrying, and like, being nervous about this album I've worked really hard on, and like being proud of this album I've worked really hard on.
For Taylor, her hard work usually pays off big time. She's the only female artist to release 3 #1 albums in a row, each selling more than 5 million copies. Numbers only matched by the likes of the Beatles and Michael Jackson.
But when it came to iconic performances, only one queen could command the world's biggest stage.
As history is made. For the first time ever. 7-time Grammy Award winner and music icon, Madonna.
The New York Giants have a player named Victor Cruz who celebrates by dancing salsa in the end zone.
Yes.
Have you seen him? Do you have any criticism on his moves?
I have absolutely no criticism. In fact, he's inspired me. I've been practicing my salsa moves, and I'm going to show them to you, and you tell me what you think of them, okay?
Here we go, and we're going to get Victor to watch this, too. This is Madonna with the Silk City Salsa, and I'm going to say she's rooting for the New York Giants. I have to say it.
What do you think? Do you think he'd approve?
Absolutely.
And as 2012 reached its spectacular conclusion, one legend proved that some icons truly are forever.
The face of James Bond may have changed over the last half-century, but the stunts, the gadgets and the girls have been a constant feature.
Bond. James Bond.
It's been responsible for some of the most memorable lines and iconic scenes in British cinema. And 50 years ago, it all started with Sean Connery in Dr. No.
Underneath the mango tree.
Bond has been filmed in the beauty spots of the world, but also closer to home. Roger Moore graced the Amberley Chalk Pits Museum in Sussex in View to a Kill.
Each one is better than the last. I gradually learned how to play the part.
And military barracks in Aldershot were transformed into Russia in The Quantum of Solace. Bond's creator, Ian Fleming, was brought up in Dorset and schooled at Eton. His later life in Kent inspired his writing. 007 is thought to be the number of the London to Dover bus, and the famous golf scene with Goldfinger was inspired by Royal St George's in Sandwich.
You win, Goldfinger.
It seems I'm too good for you.
Everybody needs a hobby. So what's yours? Resurrection.
Skyfall is James Bond's 23rd outing. Daniel Craig may be more politically correct than his predecessors, but Bond at 50 shows no signs of slowing down. Rachel Hepworth for Meridian Tonight.
16 moments that defined a generation. One unforgettable year that changed entertainment forever. If you loved this trip down memory lane, smash that subscribe button. We're covering every year from 2011 to 2025. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.